Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Vechain and some fantastic news that has cropped up. As we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tapping the bell, selecting all the notifications, and in doing so you will not miss another video update. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, guys, you're missing a trick. Check it out, linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out? And yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to just dive right down into this thing and take a look at what is going on. So we will obviously maybe we'll have a look. We'll see. We'll jump into the charts maybe in a moment. But Vechain's billion-dollar industry set to build on a foundation laid by the EU's MiCA regulations. Now, this is a big thing. I'm not going to go through all of MiCA regulation in this particular video. There's plenty of resources on this one, so do go ahead and check that out. But in a historic development, the EU Parliament unveiled the markets in crypto asset MiCA regulation framework. This was April the 20th, I believe. And this is basically the first comprehensive package of rules by a major economy aimed at regulating the crypto industry. Now, the MiCA regulation framework seeks to reduce risks for consumers buying digital assets. It also makes it mandatory for crypto wallet providers and exchanges to seek licenses to operate across the block. Now, Vechain has extended its support, stating that it would continue to work with government agencies in Europe and other global certifications to define the standards of digital assets. Basically, they're saying it's an important step forward for blockchain adoption and a core aspect of why Vechain continues to work with governmental agencies in Europe and global certifications experts to define the standards crypto will work to. VET has compliance built in at its core, and it's a comprehensive set of tools. Now, from operations to network architecture, Vechain 4 is well positioned for this phase of adoption and is ready to embrace what comes next. Now, Vechain's not the only players looking at MiCA and also showing their support. Along with Vechain, some other top crypto personalities have also extended support for the new MiCA regulation framework by the EU. So Binance CZ hailed MiCA as a pragmatic, if I can get my words out, solution to the challenges that the cryptocurrency faces currently. Basically, CC also kind of commented saying that it's ready to make adjustments to Binance over the next 12 to 18 months to make sure that it is positioned in full compliance of those EU MiCA regulations. Similarly, Ripple also jumped on this, praising the EU over the US for taking a clear regulatory stand when it comes to cryptocurrency assets. These are things that we absolutely cannot take for granted. These are big players in the crypto space showing their support for clear regulatory framework. It's a kind of an essential thing that the space is needing, specifically if we want to see massive regulation. So at the core, it is fantastic to be able to see and acknowledge that Vechain is having all of this regulatory framework, MiCA, being built into its core product. This basically puts it miles ahead of those other blockchains that maybe haven't been as forward thinking when it comes to regulations. Now, Vechain 4 blockchain, as we know, is an enterprise grade blockchain technology, right? This is something that not a lot of people seem to really want to kind of acknowledge, but it is the go-to platform for businesses. If you're a business and you're looking to blockchain technology for a solution for your business, you are looking at Vechain 4. And there's so many fantastic partnerships with billions of dollars in companies. And even some of these consulting companies that are using Vechain 4 blockchain as their solution, they're also kind of saying to their clients, actually, Vechain 4, if you're looking at blockchain, is the place to be. It is built for businesses, and essentially it is delivering, and we can see that time and time again. Now, that doesn't always represent price action. It's important that we understand the difference between what is going on at a fundamental level and what is going on at a speculative investment point of view. Now, there is a lot happening on VeChain, and I think this is a massive step forward for VeChain 4 and also the blockchain space as a whole. We can disagree with parts of Mica, and there are definitely things in there that we aren't necessarily going to like. But I think it's a necessary evil if we want to see mass adoption for this technology. And I think regulations, whether you agree with them or not, have to be there. There has to be some kind of framework and there has to be some kind of clear guidance so that everybody can avoid the situations that you're finding in the US, specifically with how the SEC will just go after you regardless without the clear regulations. If you don't know that you're breaking the law and still having the ability to be sued for regulations that you didn't even know were in existence, even the SEC didn't even know were in existence, it makes it very, very difficult to actually run a business. So with clear regulations, at least you can abide by them. You may disagree with them, you might not disagree with them, it's entirely up to you. Essentially, they are what they are, and I think a clear framework is required, so this is a fantastic thing moving further forward. And the fact that it's going to be baked into the core product of VeChain 4, I think is fantastic. The fact that Binance are going to be, over the next 12 to 18 months, looking to make sure that they are completely aligned and fully compliant is also a really big bullish sign, along even with Ripple jumping on this one as well. I think these are some big players in the space that we cannot just blindly ignore. Now, does that have a profound effect on price movement? Well, yes and no. I think it takes a little bit of time before you can kind of really see how this is going to play out in terms of price. Now, if we jump into the charts, we can see that VeChain 4 has had a little bit of a pull to the downside. We can see here that we are in corrective structures. It's nothing too unusual. And we are still talking about maybe 1.4 to 1.6 cent in this low range. Now, if we do take a look at this from an Elliott wave theory and smart money concepts point of view, we can obviously see that there is going to be a move to this downside. And you can see 1.4 to 1.586. I still think that this is going to be your obvious area for accumulation, in my opinion. You can see that we'll have this move to the downside here, coming on down. Now, on this daily chart, if I just remove the fibs off, we can see that we are below the 250 EMAs on the Vechain, on Vet as or VeChain paired up with USDT and the Vet token. We can see that we're below the 50 and the 200 EMAs, and we're also below the equilibrium now. We have a strong high, unlikely to break that high at the upside, and at the moment we have, I believe, a weak low. I just had to zoom in my face there because I couldn't quite see what that was. I don't know what it's like for you guys, but I can barely read that. And I can't seem to change those fonts either, which is annoying. But I'll have a look at that setting-wise. Anyway, I digress. So we can see that there's corrective action here. Looks like we're going to have to pull down, but nothing moves in straight lines. Do expect some volatility. I'm looking for accumulating some more VeChain. I think I will probably look to extend my position even further because I do think this is the future. I see certain individuals or certain projects in the space really trying to push the space further forward. VeChain is one of them. CZ and Binance is another. Ripple is another, fighting the SEC, looking for clear regulatory frameworks globally so that they can actually move this space further forward, right? You need to have that. And I think we're seeing with VeChain here, a good accumulation points, a good value, I think, overall, and everything that's being built on the VeChain 4 blockchain. If you're not familiar, guys, you need to do more research and check it out. There's so much being built there. It is a layer 1 smart contract platform, despite what you might have heard, and it is not based in China or Singapore. It's based in Europe, okay, and it's important that you understand that actually there's a lot going on here and some fantastic things that I think are going to be unfolding over the next several months with their VUSD, their stablecoin. And I don't think it's actually too much of a leap to think that you've got a stablecoin. It's a layer 1 smart contract platform, that DeFi is all that far around the corner, and I do think we've got a booming NFT ecosystem on VeChain as well. There's a lot going on, guys. You need to do your research. If you're not already familiar with VeChain, I think you need to get on it. That's my personal thoughts and opinions on that one. But I'm going to wrap this video up right there. Just a brief one to kind of say we've got some fantastic news talking about how they're going to be baking in these regulatory frameworks directly into the product that is VeChain 4. And I think that is fantastic. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments down below. Really interested to get everyone's thoughts and opinions on that. And if you have Yeah, if you have found it useful and informative, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Don't forget to join us down in Discord. Links in the description down below. Until the next one, though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors. None of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.